What? What'd I say?
Just
You
like
okay?
they love attention. That's all. They like to be petted. They love it. And they get so innocent, like their eyes. They be so happy.
You know the dogs. I don't know the dogs.
See, everybody rubs their head, but the thing
Yeah,
is to
they
get
get
their
their
neck
head.
under here.
And their
First-
bellies.
Yeah, they love the belly.
You want me to rub your belly?
True.
No, he'll roll over and he'll never move.
No,
Don't do
true.
that.
All right,
I'm
I'm with
not,
you.
I
I'm
was
with you. I'm
just
with you.
playing.
I'm
I
with
don't
you.
do
I'm with
stuff
you.
like
All right, I'm with you.
He'll
Can you
just.
see me rubbing
I'm
the
with you. I'm
belly,
with
the
you.
belly of a dog?
I can't even see you rubbing the
No,
belly
Of
of
a
a
man.
human.
I've done that.
Rub your whole fucking
No.
belly, nigga.
I've done it. To my uncle, he got a big old belly. I just be like, hey, uncle.
You starting to get curly.
What do you mean?
Breast and belly.
Oh, no. Yeah, I am fat.
No, but you fat in the
I'll
right
put on a
places.
couple pounds. Like,
It's stress.
yeah,
Right.
probably.
Something make you lose
But
some
I'm
weight.
No. Don't get it twisted now. I'm still happy with how I look. Like, when I look
Right.
and I'm
I
naked,
feel you, dog.
I'm all right
dog.
with
You're right.
myself.
You
You ain't
right,
gotta
bro.
tell
You gotta
me.
explain
No,
no
but some
more.
people
You
are
gotta-
not.
Yeah.
I wish I had the
I
shit.
wish
to
I
You
speak
talk
so
to
we could
women
put this
who
shit
be
on
like,
the
I don't
I don't
podcast.
remember.
think I've ever seen
I'm
you.
doing a
That's
podcast right
crazy.
now with all.
Oh,
You
you're
100%
so
right, bro. I ain't even lie.
Ace, can you
100%
believe
right,
I've
bro.
never seen
I
her
ain't
naked?
even look at it like
I've
that.
never seen
I
him
ain't
naked
look at it
either.
like that.
Well,
Can you believe
I
it?
tell you to-
Oh,
you
God,
gotta
it's a
say
travesty.
it to myself, like,
It is.
everybody
I never
receives
seen
love
it.
differently. I'm saying, oh, you right.
So I'm a lot better to see. I got a lot better body.
Because it would absolutely look totally different than every other man I've ever seen in my life.
No.
Okay.
No, I look different.
But
than
the
I
crazy,
used to
the crazy
look.
part about it, I
Huh?
told
It's not how you feel about how
Sadell
you
that,
look.
and I told him not to tell him, but I said, I'm getting
I
them
like
for a
the
bang.
way.
I'm like, so if you want to make a couple extra dollars off them joints, I'm like, you can.
No, I don't
Like,
think
when
it's
you tell
nothing
him why.
different. I mean, you
He's
know,
like, all right,
I've
bro.
been told
Like, my
some
man got a bunch of
stories,
them
but
stole,
you
so
know,
I'm
y'all
like,
say
you
things
know,
sometimes
you
that
know,
don't even be
get a
true.
couple hours off them joints.
Sometimes it's
Like,
true,
all right,
sometimes
got
it's
you.
not. Sometimes y'all
The
say
guy
shit
used
to
to
make
be able
us
to tell
feel
me,
good.
he was like, you putting on some pounds. And I was like,
I like them.
That's nutty. We was
you're
going,
so
we was
sweet.
going, bro. You right. You got all right to
I don't
get it,
understand
bro.
how I felt. You know how I love you. It's just,
I'm hurt
He
too.
was fucked
but
up by that one, I'm sure.
That shit. I ain't look
Yeah,
at it
let's
like
share
that.
my
So,
feeling.
I mean, you right, bro.
fuck,
You
man,
right,
I
bro.
don't know what the fuck to say out there.
Well,
Just because I asked you to be honest, don't mean you gotta tell me I'm getting fat.
well, we know this to be true. Y'all say y'all want the truth, but you really don't. We all know the lie. You know what I'm saying? We all know the
But don't
lie.
y'all just know what y'all can say and what y'all can't?
It's
like one time I was like,
I don't. I had to learn, like, hey, congratulations on the baby, and the bitch don't be pregnant. You just be fat. So.
Somebody did that to me one time. You guys think that's so fucking funny.
No, I was horrified. I mean, I know that shit.
I'm like, yeah, it's your fucking baby.
But
Remember?
the thing is, I don't intentionally
Ew,
go
you
into
farted.
it. I don't intentionally.
Just shart in my face.
Oh God, Ace.
Can you?
Oh Lord, have mercy, Ace.
What you feeding this dog, boy?
He just
Holy
farted.
shit. And you did that on purpose while I was talking and my mouth was
No,
open.
that's right. I appreciate it, bro.
Remember Eddie Murphy?
Does that mean be quiet? Is that what you're saying? Or are you jealous we sitting here together?
Probably. I would be surprised if he pissed on my Uggs.
Look at him. What is he doing?
What's he doing? What's that? Is he trying to like get away or?
Is he
I
trying
think
to
he's
get
trying to lick the spot you had the food.
Yep.
Right, that's real. Yeah, that's real
Look
shit.
at me like
That's
real
real
host.
shit.
Look at my host.
I know,
He's so
I know,
beautiful. Like my
I
Hey,
phone.
though.
I didn't
Shake
know
it.
from your perspective.
Give it to him. Do a pirouette.
Roll something.
Yeah, roll something.
You want me to roll it?
Yeah, I gotta go get KO.
That is nutty. That is nutty. What's up,
How old
baby?
is he?
About 31.
You're 31?
Yeah, 31. How old are 31?
No.
Oh, that's a good thing. Y'all know it.
It's been taping the whole
We
time.
live right now. It's Downs and Dope.
But I'm saying
It's on YouTube.
you shouldn't have did
On
this
YouTube.
because it wasn't organized. We was just playing around.
But it's just the rough draft.
It's the rough draft. Okay, we can always edit it. Yo,
What type of-
OG Bizzle live in the
Downs and
house.
Dope.
Downs and Dope, man. You know what I mean? It's the first podcast,
Yeah, we live
dynamic,
right now.
intelligent, motivational entertainment, and we got dominant, organized, professional education. That's what Dimes and Dope is. You know what I'm saying? It's dynamic. It's in your face. It's like boom, dynamite, like JJ, Kid Dynamite. It's intelligent. Everything we do is intelligent. Ain't that right, Jen?
That's right.
She ain't just good looks. You know what I'm saying? She got a little brain on her shoulder too. You know what I mean? Some of y'all brains is in y'all booty, but not her.
And it's not on my shoulder.
Go ahead and do my lap. So we're very intelligent. We're highly motivated. See, both of us are from hardcore. See, she's from Brook City, Newark, Jersey City. Hey, stop that. Like Redman and them. You know what I'm saying? Tretch and them. You know, she was wearing Army fatigues and Tim's back in 96. And she was with it. That's how we got cool, you know. Lincoln University, oldest traditional Black university in America.
But he forgets the fact that the way I met him was that he was speaking to a large amount of people.
I'm always good at speaking. You know, I'm a public speaker.
And I said, I'm going to meet him.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did.
And that's what she did. She was determined to meet me. And we've been friends and tight for, almost 25 years, right? 96, 95, actually. So what?
It's okay. It feels like lifetimes. That's what happens through friendships.
Yeah. We've been with each other through some tough times,
lifetimes.
man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She was there for me when my dad passed. She was there for me when my mom passed. You know what I'm saying? I was there for her with certain situations with her dad and her family when everybody else turned on her, not me. I never turned on her. Never, ever. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. She is beautiful. But she beautiful on the inside too. That's why I fuck with her. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of people got beautiful faces and rotten souls. You understand what I'm saying? See, she got the beautiful struggle. You know what I mean? She got a beautiful struggle, so I can relate to the beautiful struggle. And
for those who don't know what the beautiful struggle is, if you ever heard of the caterpillar to the butterfly.
Oh yeah, the caterpillar to the butterfly. Yeah, the transformation. Yeah. When you go from caterpillar to butterfly, you know, crawling around the ground like a slug and a worm, and then you end up being the butterfly and the worm ain't there no more. You understand what I'm saying? But you had to go through the slime and the grime of being a worm to get to transform into being a butterfly. But see, a lot of us in the hood, we get stuck in the worm stage. We get stuck in, the slug stage, and we never transform into the butterfly. So what I feel proud about, what I feel most joyous about with our friendship and our ability to work together here on this show is that, I've been around for her struggle, and I just feel like I am for the young boys and some of the older guys who can't express themselves as well as I can because for whatever reason, they may not have the same educations or experiences or gift of verbal dexterity, as I say, as me. I speak for so many people who can't speak. And I feel this way about her because, in my line of work in mental health, in my line of work and working with the youth, I feel as though the women and the younger ladies are just as much about that life as, if not more about that life than the guys, because, with the whole, and I'm not going to get into that on the first show, but with the whole effeminization and demasculization process of the Black male, a lot of our women have more, should I say, chutzpah, more testicular fortitude than some of the guys. And I feel like this sister right here represents that because she was on that wave 20-something years ago because of the things that went on in her life. She had to be tough. She had to be hard. You know what I'm saying? So, but I've watched her grow and, experience life. And I'm so proud of her. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a tough struggle.
I'm proud too.
Oh, man. Yeah. Because we both had a lot of mental health issues. We both had a lot of emotional traumas. We both had a lot of fitting in with everybody, but fitting in with nobody, because of her beauty and the way she carry it. A lot of people fuck with her, but don't fuck with her because of my quote unquote ruggedness and hip hop ability. And a lot of the things that I had going on at Lincoln and still going on today, people tend to gravitate towards me, but they don't really fuck with me like that.
Another thing on that note, if you let me piggyback off of that,
Go
is
ahead.
that people love the idea of things. Nobody really wants to
experience the thing itself.
What it takes to express that. But the whole idea of, wow, this man's got a lot of knowledge, but not doing the research to understand what it takes.
It's a lot of loneliness. It's a lot of pain. It's a lot
with great knowledge comes a very great burden.
Great responsibility.
Spider-Man.
If we could go biblical for a second. I know a lot of my friends like to be biblical and Christian with it. Let me just say this. Here on this show, we don't disrespect or should I say put down anybody's belief, but we are of a position that God needs nobody to talk for him. We are of a position that as sons and daughters of the Most High, we are able to regulate and guide some of our own thoughts and actions and stop putting all the responsibility on a supernatural deity or demon or devil. Don't blame the devil when you do bad. Take account and personal responsibility for your own actions. And by the same token, while it's always good to give glory to God, it's best to pray like everything depends upon God, but act like everything depends upon you. Savior means to save yourself. And that's as far as we're going to go with religion and that type of thing on this particular show. Now, later on, when we come up with topics and situations, we can dwell into that. But actually, this is our first show. I didn't even get a chance to write anything down. This is all freestyle. Strictly freestyle. You know, KO put us on the spot, so here we are. We're probably going to edit and engineer some things in here afterwards. But I just basically wanted to come on here and let y'all know that me, OGE Bizzle, Eric Banks, Chief Rocker BAD, Senior Spitters, and Freestyle Fanatics and Banks, aka all those handles that y'all have for me, I've finally done what thousands of people have told me to do for all these years. You need a YouTube channel. You need a podcast. Because, you know, I'm a little bit too much for radio and television. The things that I talk about are very, very controversial and very, very spirited. And people tend to go back and forth and show a lot of emotion. Even my homegirl, we go back and forth. We don't always agree on every subject. We agree to disagree frequently.
But the love is always there.
The love is always there. And we have both learned from some of these discussions. I'm much more able to deal with the, how should I say, I don't need a man, strong, independent Black woman without losing my mind and snapping out. And I think she's a little bit better able to deal with the angry Black man or the wise, woke, old head. And, you know, we all understand that a lot of people ain't where they were. And evolution sometimes requires devolution. In other words, elevation requires separation. If you're going to elevate, you're going to lose a lot of people on the journey, you know. So that's just how it is. And I'm just
that's how growth works.
Yes. Growing means separating from some of the people who are not growing at the same rate that you are. Yes. Right. Yes. And those people who you outgrow will be your biggest haters. Mm. And some of the people who used to be your biggest haters will be some of your biggest supporters. I've found that on Facebook and social media, the people who you don't know in real life generally support you much more than the people who do.
Why do you think that? Because
I have a lot of reasons for that, a lot of theories and opinions, but for the first one, I'm gonna say that a lot of your day one's been hating since day two. Hey, you know, I'm sure you know.
I don't really hang out. Listen.
That's why you don't have no friends. I'm not saying you don't have friends, but hey, AC-Do is here. AC-Do. You know, I'm a pit bull guy. Rest in peace. Shout out a lot of y'all who know me from social media and know my 20-plus-year-old pit bull baby just passed. And, you know, I'm a little in mourning right now. But, you know, Ace is around. Dee is around. We pit bull people here. Ace is on camera. AC-Do, the blue nose pit. And if you come running through here, he definitely gonna get in your shit. But
he's got the gas today.
Yeah, he definitely got the gas today. He want all the smoke too. You know, get the gas face, get the gas face, get the gas face, get the gas face. Give him the gas face. Yeah. That's from what? MC Search?
Third Base,
yeah. Some of the first white boys to represent hip hop.
MC Search is pretty thorough. Speaking
of which, you know, he technically discovered
Nas. Woo! Nas is my favorite.
That's your favorite?
What? I love Nas.
Yeah. What do you love the most about Nas?
I love that.
Pretty sure it's intelligence.
Oh man, I am a sap for an intelligent man.
That's why we.
Yeah.
Well, we don't do that, but that's why we're friends, because I'm very intelligent.
Yes. Men who heal know they have to heal, Men who know that there might be some trauma there might be some things that have caused them to be the way they are.
Yes.
But then they get in tune with that.
Yes.
And then through that, some positive things are manifested.
Manifested, I like that word.
And I really think that is the ultimate turn on.
Woo!
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think Nasir Jones, I love him as.
Yes.
He fits that category. So
yes.
He expresses it the way he expresses it.
And this is why I think your role on this show going forward and in life is so important because, we still got a little color prejudice. We still got a little light skin, dark skin thing. We still got you got good hair. And because you have all those things working for you, to have knowledge of self, to be able to speak on some of the things you speak on with such passion and wisdom, it would make other females who look like you maybe feel a little bit better about being intelligent, a little bit better about having higher standards.
That's the objective. The objective is to encourage women of color, women, period. I don't want to single anybody out, but we need to encourage each other. I don't care what shade.
Just remember this hate.
And you know something? I think this is one.
Caramel is still chocolate.
Yes.
No, isn't it? It's like
yes. It's melanated.
Yes,
it's melanated.
Thank you. Melanin is very important.
I'm always on point. It's the same. You go down. The shot is no go. We going in overtime. My dog, Ace heard that loud noise. You know something was going on. He came to protect us. Pit bulls are the most loyal, honest, loving dogs ever. Yes, man. You feed a dog 3 straight days, they will remember you for 3 years. You feed a person for 3 years and miss them 3 days, they'll forget you an hour. Real talk.
I personally would like to be a beekeeper.
A beekeeper?
Yeah.
Without no bees, there's no us.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
so that would be my contribution.
The bees pollinate the flowers, and the flowers,
So I went on I went into my little research, and I got all the organizations for being a beekeeper. You have to take some classes. It costs a little bit of money, but it's an investment to my contribution to the earth.
Maybe because you're so sweet.
And then I'll make my honey. I'm already thinking about names. So
I think you already got some.
I'm gonna love my bees. Give them love so they can.
You already love this bee. He's a bee. You don't stop. Oh, Acito took the thing out. Where did it go in here? Plug it in. Put the thing in. Oh, she put the thing in. Bet you're good at putting things in. Go ahead, say it. Go ahead, say how you do me all the time.
No.
Imitate me.
You're disgusting.
You're disgusting. Just stop. I told you, just stop. That big ass head.
Nah, I'm gonna be like, you're just disgusting.
Cousin Rays, what's up, man? Rays.
That's my boy, yo.
D Hill, what's the deal, man? It's our first show, man. He all right, the young boy, all right. Curtis is all right, Rays being a single dad and all that, what I'm saying, doing the best he got to do.
We went about single parenting the other day.
Oh, man, You
guys really, the other day that I did take that personal, but I just want to say that it hit me and I thought about it all weekend.
Well, that was the whole purpose.
And I tried to look it up. I didn't know who was saying it at the time. I thought it was Welsing.
No, Van Zandt.
Okay, so
I can't pronounce her first name. It begins with
y'all know
who we talking about, Van Zandt. Yeah. She has a lot of good stuff that she speaks on, but the truth definitely hurts. The truth definitely hurts. They say the truth will set you free, but it's not going to set you free from the pain of self-valuation. I mean, it's a process. It's definitely
you hear the truth, you have to filter certain things and process certain things, and then you'll be able to be free. But until then, it's always going to be there like a cancer.
No disrespect. People say that I pass judgment. We humans, we make judgments every day. We was driving down Lehigh Avenue. We had to judge whether or not we could make the red light without the cop running through us. So that's a judgment. So when people say judgment, it's not necessarily a bad thing. However, what I'm trying to get at is this Dwayne Wade situation is causing a lot of divisions and judgments amongst our people.
Okay.
What I'm going to say is, regardless of how you feel as a parent, regardless of how you feel as a black man, regardless of how you may feel as a heterosexual man, a homosexual man, a bisexual man, a transgender, whatever your affiliation or persuasion is. I do believe and feel that our children should be allowed to explore their reality and their choices without pressure from us. But at the same token, I don't see how you can tell me what you are and what you want to experience at 12 years old. And just because I don't agree with that and actively support your decision does not make me a hater, does not make me a bad parent, and does not make me somewhat of a homophobe. You know, I'm going to go how a lot of Caucasian folks go when they're confronted about racism and prejudice. The first thing they say is, oh, I got a bunch of black friends.
Right.
Well, I'm not going to tell you I have a bunch of gay friends, but what I am going to tell you is I've worked with members of the gay and transgender community because working with youth, a lot of the situations that Dwayne Wade is dealing with have been going on for quite a while. And what I will say in support of him is many a parent of color kick their kid, their son, their daughter out on the street when they find out that they may not be, how should we say, sexually traditional in their choices. And when I was working downtown, there was a large homeless population of teenagers. And because I'm the type of person who talk to people and don't just make general assumptions about their life, and I'm always trying to, you know, drop jewels, I would see the young boys and girls in the park with their skateboards and the like dusty clothes, but I thought that was just the skateboarder, grungy, Kurt Cobain, you know, Buffy type of look. I didn't know that they were really homeless until I talked to them. And the majority of them were homeless because their parents or their loved ones didn't agree with their quote unquote lifestyle and kicked them out to the street. So, you know, if we're gonna say on a level of 1 to 10, abandoning your child and kicking them out in the street for their sexual preferences or choices, if we're gonna say that that's a 10, then I'm gonna say that I support Dwayne Wade on that level. But for me, being a quote unquote conspiracy theorist, being a quote unquote woke person, being a quote unquote person who read Frances Cress Westling's ISIS papers and saw it's somewhere in the collection. I'll try to drag it up. And saw the chapter that she wrote in 1980 about the demasculization and the effeminization and the bisexualization and the homosexualization of the black male, how that was a plan and an agenda that they have been working on and using entertainment, sports, politics, culture, everything that they can to, how should we say, slide this in amongst the people.
Oh, no, they're not
to
trying
the point,
to slide this in.
Not
they're being
no more.
very.
Well, you know, in 1980 it started.
Now we're looking at cartoons. They're Marvel.
Yes.
I'm looking at Marvel and DC, and they're incorporating.
Well, one of the first ones they slid in was on Three's Company, when Jack had to play gay in order to live with the two women. Now we all knew he wasn't, but Mr. Furley didn't, and Jack. He used to think Jack and Larry was an item.
Oh, okay, I know what you mean. No, I'm not against homosexuality. What I am against is throwing the gay card every time somebody disagrees with you. I'm just not for it. Like, don't go through that door. It's because I'm gay.
I don't throw the black card. You know, we always get accused of pulling the black card.
Well, here's the difference.
We didn't choose to be black.
That's right. That's right. I'm black by DNA.
Now there are some people who will tell you they were born gay. I'm not convinced on that.
I don't care if you were born gay or not. What anybody's not going to do is throw that gay card at my face every time I say something that you don't like. I mean, it just seems like gay people have more rights than black people. It just
I'm not going to argue that. What I will say is you can get away with calling somebody a nigga. You can't get away with calling somebody a faggot.
And I still say it. So
hey.
And that just says it right there. Let's go even further than that. Obama. I don't know why everybody's on Obama's dick. Let me tell you something. Obama is the first black leader we've had that's still in his life. Every other black leader we've had ever is dead or in jail. You want to know why? Because he's for us. They were for us. I don't know what he's doing. He allowed the homosexuals to get married.
Let me say this again. On this show, we say a lot of things. Most of these things are not opinions out the crack of our ass. These are opinions that have been formulated through research, documentation, and personal experience. President Obama, to me, was the black face on white oppression. That's all. Like she said, any other political
Any
or
other
social
black leader we have
who
ever
meant
had
well for us,
is dead.
from Fred Hampton Jr.,
Marcus Garvey,
Medgar Evers, even the entertainers who were trying to finance revolution and promote change, whether it be Bob
Dorothy
Marley,
Dandridge,
hey,
Nina Simone,
Hey.
and it could go on and
if
on.
they
Maya
don't get,
Angelou,
if they don't get killed, they get forced to leave the country.
or they get what do you-
Slandered.
by saying they have these issues.
Yes, yes.
So
Dave Chappelle went crazy.
thank you.
Oh no, he didn't go crazy. He just didn't want to wear the dress.
He just didn't want to get fucked in the ass with no Vaseline
Hey.
by the entertainment center. What is it?
Well, you
The
could say
entertainment-
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
You could say the Black Boule. You could say the Illuminati. I don't even like losing these words
Well, you have all the
because
good words. That's why
Well,
I don't have all the good words. He has all the fancy
you have the
words.
good feelings, though. You have
Yeah.
the good emotions, and you have the
And
good.
he expresses it better than I do.
Well, you know, I just piggyback off you. You know what I'm saying?
Do you now?
Well, you know, she doesn't have a piggyback. She has a wonderful back, smooth skin, white teeth. You know, and we both find the good teeth game. Yeah, but you know, we got natural chemistry. We've been together for a while. Not like that, but I wish. But I've always had a crush on her. She knows that.
Seriously though, back to Obama real fast. I really get
I
irritated.
like how you cut out of that.
I
But
know.
go ahead.
I
You have great experience at cutting me off at the
I
lady.
do that to everybody. I'm like, yeah, but what about
I don't have a problem with Barry. You know what I'm saying? At
is that
least
what they call him?
that's his real name.
Barry?
Yeah. Well, you know, Osama bin Laden's real name is Tim Osmond, but that's neither.
Stop it.
I'm just saying, he's a plant for the CIA. He used to be.
I believe that.
He used to be a rich playboy, snorting coke and banging
I
white
also
women in
believe.
Lebanon.
I also
Real
believe.
talk.
Elijah Muhammad.
Real talk. They
all were.
They all part of the same scam and hustle. If they wasn't, they would have got whacked out. Elijah Muhammad didn't get killed; he died peacefully.
Right.
Anybody who's against the scam, anybody who's against
Doesn't
the
this
agenda,
upset you?
they get killed.
Doesn't this upset you?
I
Doesn't
mean,
this
you
make
know,
you
it
upset?
just-
It's time to
I
form
mean,
a
it is what it
coalition.
is.
It's time to form a coalition.
It is
It's
what
time
it
to
is.
make moves.
That's why they got rid of Epstein. Epstein would have took the whole Trump and Clinton
Who
administration
we gotta
down.
protect? Who we gotta protect now? Who's talking?
I don't know. You know, if you know best, you won't talk. See, nobody's going to take us serious. So we just going to talk and have fun and entertain the people. And, you know, we're going to get into sports. We're going to get into rap music.
Yeah,
Oh, she's a great hip hop. Me and her used to ride up and down the road arguing about Tupac and Biggie and singing Wu-Tang and Mobb Deep songs. And
That was when music was like.
yeah,
music was
we went
priceless.
to the Wu-Tang tour. What was that? The second album.
That was at the Twitter.
The double album at the Tweeter Center. And if it was 20,000 people there, we was only 500 black folks.
But I wasn't even there with you.
Yes, you
I
was.
was not. I was.
Me, you,
I thought I
Nell.
was there with.
Me, you, Nell, and
I
Reeves
thought I had
went.
just seen you there.
No, that's how Yamina
See, I
was.
remember. I got.
That was
I
when
got
you and that's when you and Nell was Yamina.
No, I never talked to Nell.
No, not talk to him. Y'all
I
was
never did know him.
no, y'all was on that Yamin.
Oh, the
Yamin, you know I ain't never fuck with Yamin. That was you. Y'all was on that 20 years ago. Y'all ain't need Meek Mills.
what's up with him?
He got like 3
Did you
daughters.
just say he ain't need Meek Mills?
No, y'all ain't need Meek Mills. A lot of people ain't start fucking with that till Meek Mills came out with the song. Like a lot of the
song.
I pop a perk and go mad long. Like
Oh,
you know, like a lot of people
I never was a pill popper like that. I don't know what I was doing.
you was Zanny out at
Yeah,
that time.
I don't.
It
I
was
never.
out your mind.
I don't know why I was doing that.
Yo, y'all was out, y'all was floating like ghosts,
Yeah,
like Xannies. I ain't gonna hold you. I had Xannies twice in my life,
pain makes you do things.
and I can understand why people love Xannies.
pain.
That
makes you do
shit,
Some crazy.
that
things.
shit was one of the greatest feelings I ever had.
The greatest feeling I've ever had was ecstasy.
Well, hey,
I honestly think it put holes in my brain this big though.
they say that's what it does, though.
I think it made me paranoid.
They say that's what it does.
It could be the reason why I'm schizoaffective. You know what I'm saying? Like
You don't seem so schizo on television.
that's only when I'm stressed.
Well, you know, I don't
I'm not
stress
stressed right now, so don't worry.
I bring out the comedy all the time.
Most friends do. Most good friends. You got to have some supportive people on your
OG
team, yo.
Bizzle, aka January
You gotta have
Meditation.
some real, yo. You gotta have some real 50 grand on your team, yo.
Man.
Word.
Like I said, we've been friends
No
for
matter
25 years. When I had hair on my head and my beard wasn't growing, that's how long I used to have a big ass afro. That's how when I was in January. Yeah,
I don't remember a lot of things. I have a bad memory from Lincoln. It's because I don't want to probably remember the shit.
I remember the shutdown.
Yeah, I don't.
I remember
That was before us.
I remember the freestyle ciphers in the sun. That's right. You came in
That was
90.
before
You came
us.
in 96.
Yeah, 95.
95. Yeah. Right before. Now you came fall of 95.
Yep.
No, I'm saying.
And
You were staying in Asheville. No, you were staying in
Hansberry.
Hansberry.
Yeah, I was the first door when you come into the side.
You never was there. You always was in the crib.
Yeah, I was bored. I didn't, and I had a car, so I was out. Like I used to take people places and charge $20 to go to Philly, and I could take 5 people to Philly and charge $20 a head.
Yeah, you
I always had money.
You definitely was a businesswoman.
Always had money.
Lincoln brought opportunities out for hustle.
But I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't have a car.
Well, you was lucky to have a car.
Yeah, I was blessed. My mom bought me a car for graduation.
Shout out, Mom.
Yeah. Always shout out to my mom. I love my mom. Even though we don't talk, I love her. That's still my mother. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Joshy and Ish.
Ish and Josh. And shout out to Jameer, yo. Keep your head up, dog. It's all right.
Yeah, it's going to be all right.
We're talking about these kids out here that go through these changes.
Listen, she was dealing with that before Dwayne Wade's son.
You know what I'm saying? My son, he looks like a woman now, but he's beautiful. But he still want to accept himself.
Do he look better than you?
He thinks he does.
He got his good look.
But I'll be like, I'm the real one. I'm the real thing, you know?
Yeah.
He looks nice, and I support him. Just don't throw that gay card to me. Because I'm not an enabler, first of all. You know what I'm saying? You talk that talk, walk the walk. You think you could look better than me?
At one point in time, did you think you could smack the shit out of me? Like smack it out of me?
Yeah, I think
it out of me?
Oh no. Nah. I don't think that.
I
did offer him, I said, why don't we try to go get you a little girl and a little, you know what I mean?
What did he say to that?
He said, it doesn't do anything for me, Mom.
He already tried.
No, he said he watched porn and the women porn didn't do nothing for him. But the men porn did.
It's interesting that you say that because shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson. I know a lot of y'all don't mess with Dr. Umar, but my thing is I deal with the message. Okay. I don't deal with the messenger. And I vividly remember that the last time I saw him speak was in Baltimore. And he brought up the fact that a lot of the women in Philly, as far as the people who use him for counseling or treatment or whatever, they call complaining about their children. And he said that one of the biggest problems that we have in Philadelphia right now, and I'm assuming that it's all over the country, especially in the inner city, is our kids being addicted to porn on their cell phones. And he said the moms have been catching their sons in a similar situation to what you said.
Right.
Not only are they watching porn, they watching male on male porn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, it's a lot of freaky Jason shit jumping off, but
let me just say
we have to like, I guess the best way I could explain it is at a certain time when people started taking wrestling super serious and people started putting their cousins and friends of WWE, NWA, it really didn't matter. The point I'm trying to make is, wrestling, professional wrestling, The Rock, Stone Cold, whatever. But in my day, we was dealing with their dads, like Rocky Johnson. Dwayne Johnson's father recently passed or whatever. But the point we're trying to make is, before we knew that wrestling was fake, we used to try to put each other in the figure four and the suplex and the lariat. And a lot of times people would get hurt and then, they would try to sue wrestling. So after a while, if you notice now, wrestling has these actions are by trained professional athletes. Okay. They are not to be duplicated in any form in the home. Because you can really fuck yourself up. So my point is, I feel the same way. The same label should be placed on porn. The same label should be placed on the sexually challenged activities, that these actions represent the feelings and emotions and activities of a certain group of people. They should not be imitated in any form in the home. Like, if that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. But what I feel is people is seeing other people do it on television or on the radio, or it's being promoted on social media, and that makes them want to do it more. Because you can't tell me that we didn't have just as many of these type of activities going on in our day. It was just that it was kept undercover, and it basically, you know, the saying that they have, stay in your lane. People stayed in their lane. So what used to, I guess you could say, slink through the alleys and hide behind closed doors, now it struts poorly down Broad Street in broad daylight. Like, nobody don't have no shame no more.
Well, look how many kids got molested because we swept it under the rug, or we just didn't want to talk about it. And then these children might.
But what you gonna say though? Because I know I couldn't say nothing. Who was I gonna talk to? What was I gonna tell my dad? What do you say? You just, and 9 times out of 10,
the only thing I could do was tell the truth.
They did not believe you. They don't believe you.
They did not.
They don't believe me. They didn't believe you. They don't believe none of us. It's always our fault. Like, we asked for it. Like, we asked for it. Like, we asked for Uncle Mike. We asked for Cousin Sadie. We asked for any of that. You know
I just want to say that's why I do sporadically harass my abuser on Facebook every now and again. I put child molester on his wall. I just had to put that out there just in case he sees me on here. Well, hey, Stan.
Luckily for her, she only had one abuser.
And luckily for me, I don't give a fuck. Like, come talk to me about it.
Many people have more than one. Sadly. And then you got people who get abused and like it.
So here's the important thing about what your children are going through. I don't care if watching porn, whatever they're doing, talk to them about it. Let's have this family meeting about it. Let's make it comfortable to talk about things. It's important.
Man, it is important. It's important. Man. It is important.
Because you pay now, or you gonna pay later.
Pay me now, or pay me later. Listen, one of my older cousins called me up, and she had a son, and Uncle Lenny, my uncle, her father, was gone. Boy, not cool with his dad, so she called me up. She says, "Hey, I need you to have a talk with." I'm not gonna put his name out in public, but we need to have a talk.
What was that? How'd that go?
Okay. I know her. I self-edited. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So she says, "You need to have a talk with him." I said, "Well, we need to have a talk with him about." She said, "Well, he in the shower early in the morning, and he taking the Vaseline and the lotion, and we can't get no hot water." So I already knew what she was basically saying. All right, my point was, I'm going to talk to him, but young men pleasuring themselves early in the morning in the shower is not a bad thing. Okay. Call me when he's pleasuring other men in the shower.
Right.
Then we could talk.
No, that's real, yo. That's real. What'd she say?
She knows.
Nothing she could say.
I asked him.
Maybe you made her think.
Yeah. I said, well, listen, why don't you limit your shower time, so your sisters and your mom can get in the shower? Or maybe you don't have to do it in the shower. Does he have his own room? He does, but some people feel more comfortable in the bathroom. I don't know why. I mean, I'm not an expert on self-pleasuring, but all right, let's just be honest. 99.9% of all people masturbate, and 100% of all men do. So if you say you haven't or you don't, you're lying.
I know a lot of people that think it's the devil. I do. I know a lot of people that think masturbation is like total.
They probably all backed up.
Yeah, and they're just mean.
Well, the funny thing is, a lot of people saw the fight over the weekend with Tyson Fury, and Tyson Chandler is a basketball player. Oh, wow. He's confident. He played for quite a few teams. I know Ace. I don't know what the fuck Ace looking at. Somebody must be at that door. Ace is on his way. Ace, the blue nose pit bull. Ace is the place for the helpful pit bull, man. But I digress. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, and I said that it was somewhat of an embarrassment that a black man got beat up and licked on.
Oh, and he got licked on?
He got licked on. He licked his blood.
Did he punch him after that?
No.
Because I would have kept fighting.
He was completely beat up and destroyed.
And he licked him?
Yes, he licked the blood. He beat him up, beat blood out of him.
Nasty.
And then he licked the blood off of him. You understand? We're doing
That's just white people.
Both right.
I hate to say
I
that.
don't know nothing.
Some people are nasty. I just want to say it like that.
What's up, Ace? So anyway, Deontay Wilder got beat and abused by Tyson Fury, and it
Got licked
happened
on.
licked on during Black History Month. I thought that was a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
He should have thought that was a bad thing.
Yeah, it was a bad thing. It also was a bad thing for him to tell everybody that he thought he could beat Mike Tyson in his prime.
He said that?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And it didn't age well at all.
Pride is a terrible thing.
Pride goeth before a fall.
Before the fall.
And I don't want anybody to think that I'm taking shots. I'm just telling it like it is. Deontay Wilder was a one-trick pony. It's a great trick, but a puncher does not always stand a good chance against a boxer, especially a boxer who is bigger and stronger than the puncher, a boxer who has taken the puncher's biggest punch last fight. Now, the last fight, Fury was straight out of drug rehab, drunk as hell, and had just threatened to kill himself. And he still took Wilder's best shots and got up off the mat. So you mean to tell me that a motivated, focused, well-trained Tyson Fury wasn't going to beat Wilder's ass? See, this is when y'all black racism comes into effect. A lot of black folk couldn't believe that the white boy would win. They couldn't root for him. But what I do is, and I call white folks to task frequently. I've lost several jobs, and I'm always called the angry black man, and I'm not angry right now. I'm calm, cool, and collected, strictly for calling out facts. And the point I'm trying to make is, the fact is, Tyson Fury family come from a long line of boxers.
And
Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder.
Wilder's the black.
Wilder's the black guy. And all of his fights was based on him knocking dudes out. Now, you could say that about Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson actually had boxing skills.
Yeah.
Wilder didn't have any boxing skills. He was the quote-unquote bully who always knocked people out. And we all know what happened to bullies when somebody stands up to them and take their punch.
That's
They
right.
wither.
That's
They
right.
wither. Now, you know, we have a saying in the streets, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. You know,
You
so,
said that earlier. I like
yeah,
that.
it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. What that basically means is the history of the world is written by the hunter. It's never written by the hunter. The lion and the bear don't get to tell the story.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Can black people really be racist?
I don't think we can. I think we can be prejudiced.
Prejudice.
That's what I meant
That's
to say.
what because I
That's
don't
what
know
I
the
meant to
difference.
say, yeah.
I asked him
Yeah.
if black people can be racist. I really want to know.
I don't think we can. I think we can be prejudiced. Racism is the ability to deny somebody life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness based off of their skin color. We have no ability to do that to any white
anybody.
person, anybody. You know,
I love that.
we don't have the ability to do
Take
that.
power from anybody.
I don't even have the ability to go outside and tell them Dominicans to get off the corner.
Right.
You know, that store that passed from Jews, the Asians, to Dominicans, and then a black person ever owned. And
ain't a black person ever gonna have any say in that.
and never gonna have any say in that. So what do you mean I'm racist? If I was racist, I would have the ability to make them move out of my community. Now, if you don't believe what I'm saying, show me the first black hair salon in Puerto Rican land. The Dominicans got 1 million hair and nail salons in our community. Do we have any nail or hair? Does Rashida have anything at A&L Allegheny? I'm asking. I'm just asking
That's
you
a good question.
Is there any soul food restaurants in Little Italy?
I don't think so.
You got any Jamaicans?
You got any white girls
selling
out here
oxtails?
wearing afro wigs? Come on.
I think you do.
I ain't seen no white girls wearing afro wigs.
You might.
I see them with the braids.
Oh, okay.
Come on, I don't see them walking around here looking like
Oh, I know what you're
Angela
trying to
Davis.
say. You're trying to say that the same way that Nicki Minaj and Lil
Yeah,
Kim and some
yeah.
of them got the
Yeah.
blonde wigs.
Yeah.
It's no blonde heads trying to wear
Well,
afros. Got you.
yeah.
Got you. Well, you're 100% correct. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, can we see a barbershop in Chinatown? I'm just saying, if it wasn't,
It depends on your perspective.
well, what I'm saying is they wouldn't allow us to set up in their community. We have a laissez-faire attitude about allowing anybody to just come up and set in our community. Only thing you got a problem with somebody else selling in your community besides you is drugs. Now, you'll shoot a cat for setting up on your drug strip, but you'll support a cat.
You see how sad that sounds?
I'm just saying.
That sounds so
I'm just
sad.
giving you the facts.
No, you are. And the facts.
The facts hurt. The truth hurts.
So
You
what
know?
are we doing?
Well, me personally, what I
That
do
post
is
you put on Facebook the other day about Zimmerman.
Yeah.
What how are we still killing each other and Zimmerman is still walking around here?
How is Pop Smoke dead and Zimmerman is still alive? I hate you niggas. Like, y'all don't have no problem killing each other. And I'm not saying kill nobody. But what I'm saying is, if you gonna kill, if you determine to bust your gun,
kill somebody. If you determine to do life in prison and get death penalty, at least do it for somebody who's for the cause.
Yeah, for the cause. And then everybody will send money on your books. I guarantee that if they whack Zimmerman, whoever did that would never have to
worry
ever.
Our grandchildren will still be taking care of him.
Oh man, let me tell you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
we don't think like that.
And I'm not advocating no CIA, FBI, national security, B'nai B'rith.
We don't have to advocate stuff like that.
Anybody, you know what I'm saying? Don't make me like Snoop, because I'm not apologizing. I don't make enough money.
I'm not apologizing either.
You know what I'm saying? I don't make enough money to apologize. Ain't enough people watching this show yet to apologize. So I'm not really worried about that. But anyway, you know, this is what you're going to get on Doms of Dope. A lot of random information, a lot of spiritualization. I got a lot of, I guess you could say, hip hop, a lot of music, a lot of sports, a lot of women's issues, a lot of single men and women issues, a lot of black issues.
A lot of learning.
A lot of learning, a lot of knowledge.
And a lot of self-love. A lot of encouragement.
Self-love and encouragement.
It's very important.
Yeah, you know, we try to lever it out, a little balance, you know what I'm saying? Left and right, right, left, life, death, joy, and pain. It's a middle ground. We got to try to find a middle ground between life and death, between rich and poor, between Muslim and Christian, between woke and sleep. You know, all these words and all these phrases is just things that we use to divide and separate ourselves from each other. So at the end of the day, if we look alike and if we got the same problems, then I think we should come together with the same answers. OG,
and we'll figure it out, because we've done it before.
Yes.
And we will do it again.
Yes. Homegirl January in the house. Doms of Dope, man. First episode, and we're going to sign out, man.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kale. Appreciate you, man. Come on there. This is the technical director of the show.
Nice. That was fun.